St Kilda pretty impressive against the West Coast Eagles, Pete, a couple of weeks back. Would they start favourites here?
Well, I think they'd certainly be favourites, Pete, and well, most people in Melbourne, I think you get a different view in Adelaide, but St Kilda, a lot of good judges are predicting that they will make the final 6 this year. They've got a very strong forward line, particularly if Lockett stands up, Bernie.
Yes, well, that's a big worry. Lockett out of the side, of course, tonight with that back injury. I don't think it'll be all one-way traffic. Adelaide very impressive in that first match against Geelong. I think they will come up against much stronger opposition tonight, though, Pete.
Well, their desire in that game was enormous. They went in very, very hard after the ball, and their tackling was sensational on that occasion.
Umpires tonight, incidentally, Mike Viney and Peter Cameron do have the microphones on them, so you'll be right up to date with what's happening out there in the centre. There's Mike Viney, and of course his partner tonight, Peter Cameron, very experienced man in white, as the players take up their positions and those on the bench. 4 interchange players for Foster's Cup matches. Excellent crowd. I said 12 or 15,000. I think it might be approaching 20 now. First quarter of the third quarter final of the Foster's Cup. St Kilda and the Adelaide Crows knocked down by Pittman. 9, says umpire Peter Cameron. McDermott, the acting captain tonight. Be surprised if he isn't captain for the season, though.
Too high, Crows kick!
Too high.
Used his body well there, Pittman. Put himself in and gave the St Kilda ruckman no chance.
Now towards full forward, but that's about as far as they're going to go.
Thank you.
Grant. 25-metre hand pass, and gets it back again from Taylor. Wobbly kick, and for St Kilda it does come off. Coghlan. Saints doing well. Pekin down towards half forward. Lindsay on the end of a hand pass from Lee, and the ball over the boundary line. We'll see a boundary throw in.
That's one thing the Crows did very well in the match against Geelong, Peter. In defence, they didn't take any chances. If they went for the boundary line at every opportunity.
They'll miss Warhurst down there too. Number 44, he played a particularly good game. McDermott on the bottom of the pack, and that's 6 or 7 players. He's the last man to get up. A bounce just outside 50.
It's tapped down to McDermott. Oh, he shuffles it out. This was good play, and they've taken it out of defence by Scott Lee towards the half-back line, and a nice mark taken there by Shanahan. Shanahan on centre wing. In the jumper with the sleeves, kicks towards half forward. Oh, there's a good mark by Pittman over the back. He's showing a bit of promise early in this game. Pittman, umpire calls play on as the quick kick comes to the centre of the ground. Over the back, a chance for Grant Laurie. The ex-Fitzroy plays a beautiful kick normally as he kicks to the forward line. Stuart Lowe charging after kicked away. Well, attempted kick was by Marshall. Players charged in on top of it. Lowe appealing for a free kick. The umpire says it's my ball and he'll bounce.
It looks as though Stuart Lowe has lined up at full forward, Peter.
Well, good thinking. I think they'll try and bomb it down low to quickly to him down in the goal square.
Low to low.
Not too low. They want to get it high to him. There's Coghlan. Dispossessed, and the umpire's found a free kick for a throw, and the free kick will be taken by Marshall. Marshall at half back. Oh, beautiful long kick to the half forward line. The ball hits the deck. Player charging in over Grant. Cop one right in the middle of the back, David Grant. He'll take the free kick.
David Grant, very useful player, can play at both ends of the ground. Good pair of hands too. Grant from centre half back. Kicks long to half forward. A push out there. Lowe has the ball. I don't know whether he has the kick, though. It's going to Morris. His second half in St Kilda's opening match against the West Coast Eagles was particularly good. Wilson on a lead. Has been used at full forward before. A little bit of interference there. Lee will track the ball pretty close to the boundary line. Now keeps it in play. Not a well-directed kick, and the mark for St Kilda taken by Harvey, who didn't play in the first round encounter against the Eagles, but a very talented player, Bernie.
Yes, he's a very handy player, Pete, and he's, well, St Kilda really need him in that side.
Well, we give him a rap, and that's what happens. Lee Tregenza started on the bench against Geelong. Murphy up high from behind, and what's the umpire paid? It's man in front. Pekin takes the hand pass from Kitchke. His rucking skills were also paramount against the Eagles. Ball tapped further forward. Jarman couldn't handle it. Chance for Cracker. Gets the ball out in front of the pack. Dwyer. Big ruckman lumbering after him. That was Pittman.
Gee, that's got to be a free kick, surely.
Yes, they're red hot on that this year.
He was slow with the whistle there, Peter, but no doubt that was a free kick to the St Kilda player, Dean Rice, who put his body in, prepared to get under the pack. Great courage there from the St Kilda player. As we see that in replay, he really copped it from every angle.
Dean Rice. And he did cop a rather heavy one too, if my memory serves me correctly, against the Eagles. From 45 metres out, the longest kick. And is that a goal? Put through by Wilson. It is. So first blood to the Saints. 1 goal.
Yes, and Brian Wilson started off this way against the West Coast Eagles. Very dangerous around the goals. He certainly knows where the goals are. And Brian Wilson and Jimmy Cracker in the forward pockets and Stuart Lowe at full forward. It's certainly a very potent St Kilda forward line. The replay there, Stuart Lowe just couldn't control the mark, with Brian Wilson cleaning up and kicking the goal from about a metre out.
Good start for the Saints. As Bernie said, a very potent forward line they've got. There's Dwyer trying to punch it on. Frank Coglan, a quick kick to the half-forward line. Charging after it is McAdam, and hotly pressing him with Robbie Thompson for the Crows. Oh, good play, McAdam. McDermott charges in after it, and eventually it's forced over the line, but the umpire has found a free kick. It will go the way of the Saints. It's Stephen Newport.
He's playing deliberate for that, Peter.
Well, that was very
pushed over the line there by Chris McDermott.
Pretty tough. Newport to half-forward, Morris in front, and Lowe has taken the mark. Geez, strong.
Best hands in the business, Stewie Lowe.
Oh, what a great mark, and he kicks it. Well, it's a high one, high floated, a full forward and uncontested. Brian Wilson, that's poor defensive play by the Crows, and Graham Corns won't like that. Brian Wilson stabs a goal. No one waiting back there, but it's gone on the wrong side of the post. That was good thinking by Wilson.
It was, although, Peter, he was only...
should have taken his time.
Yeah, I thought he hurried a little bit too much.
Lindsay's opponent was nowhere near him. McGuinness. Oh, the flyer up there was Maynard. Dwyer. Centering kick. Player on his own is Frank Coglan. Looping hand pass down into the square. Wilson again. He's kicked 1-1. Now he's kicked 1-2.
So it could very easily have been 3 goals, because those 2 shots that he's missed have not been hard shots, Brian Wilson. And the Crows with a bit of work to do, because they haven't been able to get the ball past the centre line.
McGuinness. Former Footscray star. Certainly looks different in the new livery. Now towards centre wing. Marshall played a great game against Geelong. It was one of the focal points for the Crows. Loose ball at centre field. It's still inside the square. Trying to get out as Taylor, and he did well. A high kick towards the right half-forward flank. Dwyer gets underneath it. St Kilda's handball is excellent so far. Gilbert McAdam started his previous outing against the Eagles. Long kick is pretty close. It could be there. Just touched on the line. Must have been millimetres short. And one behind to the Saints. Graham Corns would not be too happy at the moment. His side trails by 9 points.
And Mick Taylor, former Collingwood star too, there with him. There's a nice mark taken on the half-back line for the Crows by Robbie Thompson. Thompson to centre wing. Kitsky was the flyer. There's Marshall and everything at the moment. He's an impressive player. I like this player. He's about 30-odd years of age, but he's going to have a good year, I think, David Marshall. As Peter said, played a great game against Geelong. Age 30, as you could see, as he kicks long. They do it. There's Maynard. He's taken the mark. 2 bites of the cherry, but he's got it at half forward for the Crows. The handball further afield, and the short pass coming up in front of goal. Good lead by Hodges. Was the mark paid? No. Here's a chance for McGuinness on the right foot. Snaps and misses to the left. So the first scoring opportunity of the Crows. Peter Hudson and Ken Sheldon look on. But really could be 3 goals down. St Kilda 1-3, lead the Adelaide Crows 1 behind.
Grant Laurie to kick in for the Saints. Lured out of retirement from Box Hill. Kane Taylor. Kicks to Grant on centre wing. McGuinness in pursuit. Centering kick from that player. Ball knocked to the ground. Maynard got a hand to it. Dwyer does well. Up towards half forward. St Kilda's forward line pretty open at the moment. Wilson again over to Coghlan. This looks pretty good, but just drifting away with the southerly wind and through for another behind. The Saints doing all the attacking.
That's just wasting opportunities at the moment, Peter, too, because they haven't been hard shots, any of those ones that they've missed.
5 effective scoring shots. Ball back into play. Knocked down by Pittman. Morris, formerly of Hawthorn. Coghlan doing well so far. Back to Morris. Lovely sidestep by the former Hawk as he kept it in play. Kitchke from a standing start centres it. Underneath it was Smart. Couldn't handle it. McAdam dragged. Did he have it? Umpire calls play on, but not for very long. Stalemate developing. 45 metres out. Number 41, the last to get up, is Thompson. And it's going to be a ball up. And it's pretty crowded down there too. 15 is Pittman. Doing fairly well. Ball kicked up towards the half-back line. In fact, closer now to centre wing. Klug, long hand pass. Certainly could deem that ineffective. Tregenza. Up the centre wing. Grant, lovely diving mark right on the centre wing position. And he started well.
Very underrated player, David Grant.
He's round.
Very strong overhead. Here's a mark at centre wing. There's a good mark too. Again, that player we mentioned before, David Marshall, in everything at the moment, doing particularly well. To centre half forward, a bit of shepherding going on. Oh, you can't mark from behind. Could have been a St Kilda mark to Pekin then.
No way. Go down with it.
Flying from behind was Michael Murphy. But these have been paid on that occasion to Pekin. The bounce at half forward for the Adelaide Crows. Shuffled out towards the half-back flank area. It'll be another bounce. Scoreboard showing St Kilda on 1-4, Adelaide on 1 behind. Kitchke. McDermott is tackled, didn't have the ball. Dwyer dives on top of it. Intelligent play to get it out to Nathan Burke, and St Kilda go away again towards half forward. 1-on-1. Look at the strength. Well, Wilson's going to be a dangerous player down there. Now he's looking for the short one. The lead is made. Low out in front. He doesn't drop those. And a big task for his opponent tonight, Alan Bartlett.
And Wilson giving Lindsay a bit of a caning at the moment.
Yes, Wilson's been in everything, Pete. And Stewie Lowe, good move this from Ken Sheldon, putting him at full forward. He kicked 3 goals in the final term against the West Coast Eagles to virtually seal the game for the Saints. And Russell Morris playing at centre half forward.
Stewie Lowe, a couple of years ago, was much maligned for his kicking, but it has certainly improved. A 45-degree angle, 25 metres out, and should kick this one. And yes, a beautiful kick straight through the middle. St Kilda move their score on to 2-4-16. Adelaide 1 behind.
And Stewie Lowe, the best hands in the business, as I said earlier, can take a great mark. He gets out in front. And it's such a big body. Once he gets his arms out and the size of his hands, he just never drops the ball, Stewie Lowe. Probably the most valuable player. He'd probably be more valuable than Lockett at the moment at St Kilda, the way he plays the game. Stewie Lowe, full forward, centre half forward, even in the ruck.
15 points the difference after Stewie Lowe's first goal. Thumped away by Kitchke. Still inside the square. Lindsay went through solidly. Didn't come out with the ball. Bit of a scramble out there at the moment. Is that tackle too high on Harvey? Harvey to take the free kick at midfield for St Kilda. Kelly stands the mark. Low again. Oh, how do you beat that?
He's unstoppable, Peter. He is. He's just an amazing player, Stuart Lowe. He goes for everything.
Harold died on his hands,
Yes,
I think.
he's just so confident in himself. He's prepared to throw the body in. Stewie Lowe, he's just great to watch.
Well, the other one was from an angle. Theoretically, this one should be a little bit easier. He's directly in front. Doesn't always work out that way. For Lowe's second goal, 49 metres out. And he's hooked it. Maynard takes the mark. Lee just inside the boundary. Kick is short up towards the half-back line. Doesn't make it any easier for his teammates.
Picked up manfully down there by Nathan Burke. And the mark is taken by Bartlett. Bartlett from right half back. Good kick to midfield. Target is Klug. He lost that one on the lights. Chance for Kelly. Still can't pick the ball up. Now it's Jarman. Marshall. Filkey. Down towards half forward. Grant had it thumped away from him. Tregenza on the bottom of the pack. St Kilda's defence was pretty good. Kitchke, he'll go towards the boundary line and finds it. And we'll see a boundary throw in at right half forward flank for the Crows.
Well, that was actually good play by Hodges then, Bernie.
Well, St Kilda at the moment, I was going to say, Pete, they're so good because they've got the numbers to the ball. They're preparing to tackle. They're running. They're chasing. They're doing everything that Adelaide did in that match against Geelong.
Well, here's the ball at half forward for the Crows. And why I mentioned Hodges a moment ago, when he came out, he was caught behind and he lunged forward and tapped it out. And Tregenza falling over cost them a valuable opportunity. Still at half forward for the Crows. Klug against Kitchke. Klug taps it down. Coghlan trying to weave his way through the pack. There's McGuinness on the left foot. A hurry kick to full forward. Charging after it. Frawley grabbed high. That'll be a free kick to Danny Frawley for that high tackle.
Yes, well done, Danny Frawley. Put his body in. He's prepared to attack the ball. There's a 50-metre penalty.
Well, he will come almost down to the centre of the ground, Frawley. And with his 50-metre kick, will take it right over that centre circle. Frawley, a terrific fullback. Real goer. Oh, there's McAdam. Good hands. On he goes to Dean Rice. Rice around the corner to half forward. Is that a free kick down the field? I think it is. But Morris, the umpire had paid that to Russell Morris. A free kick down the field. Morris will kick from 60. Now where's Lowe? Is he going the torpedo punt or the drop punt? He should set it up for Lowe. Now where is he? He's gone back to the square. He's got two to beat. Can't take the mark, and eventually it's forced towards the line by Nigel Smart, and in fact he puts it over. There's Dean Rice.
Copped another one. He got one against the West Coast Eagles and had to leave the ground. He's one of the toughest in the comp, though. He seems okay, and that's good news. Pittman knocks the ball down again, not very far. Snapshot, I think it was by Jimmy Cracker. And it's out of bounds on the full. So free kick to the Crows. It'll be taken by Lee. I think had a season or two with Hawthorn. A few seasons back now. Dwyer, always busy. Banana kick from the boundary line and just misses. Playing with a lot of confidence at the moment, St Kilda.
Well, they say that kick originated in South Australia, so the Czech side.
They haven't had too many opportunities to use it up forward so far. Lindsay, and his cover's lowered so far. Brian Wilson's been doing really well. Maynard, centre half back. Now, can the Crows make something out of this? Murphy. That's better. And the mark is taken by Klug. No, we're not in. 25 metres out. Shoots at goal. And is that their first? It's not. It's only one behind. So two behinds. Kicked by Tony McGuinness initially. And then that one there by Klug. Grant Laurie will bring the ball back into play. Just on 6 minutes left in the first term. The Saints doing it well so far with 2-5 on the board. And Stewie Lone now down at centre half back.
Oh, and a bit of a dodge too. The St Kilda fans love that from their champion. Tapped down by Lindsay. That was good play. Here's danger because McAdam's got the run of the ball. South Australians would know him. Oh, lovely hand pass out to Harvey. That was from Dwyer. Poor kick, though, allows Maynard to tap it back. Over to Lee, on to Maynard. Maynard across goal. This could be dangerous. On to Jarman. Jarman almost brought down, but gets in his kick. Beautiful disposal. He finds the big man there in Pittman. The centre wing. This is Klug, moving well. Had a stint at Richmond a couple of years ago. Now he kicks to the half-forward line, but a good mark is taken by Kitchke.
Most improved player, Kitchke. Does a lot of good work around the ground. Pekin, this time with his socks up. That's unusual. Tim Pekin, formerly of Fitzroy. Crows at the fall of the ball. And it'll be Tony McGuinness to get up with the free kick.
He's a class player, Pete.
He is. McGuinness, good long kick. Kitchke in front. They're doing well in the air, St Kilda.
Yes, they're very strong, Pete, with Kitchke roaming around across that half-back line. Stewie Lowe across the half-forward line, full-forward line. Very strong in the air.
Another opportunity for the Saints, still inside the square. Jarman gives the hand pass away to Lee. Well, that's a high kick, only travels about 35 metres. Murphy in front this time and takes the mark. Michael Murphy from inside the square. The target will be Hodges. Big pack of players down there. Frawley, hard to beat at fullback. Gets the hand pass away to Shanahan. And Shanahan, long clearing kick. McAdam, juggle as he played it.
Holding the arm,
Free kick. And McAdam decides to do just that. He gets around Thompson. Plenty of pace. Holds the ball in one hand, waves with the other. Almost a mark taken down there for the Crows by Bartlett. This is Cracker. Snapshot. No mark.
Oh, good umpiring. Well done. That was...
Stewie Lowe nearly grabbed it again.
He didn't hold it. It was good umpiring.
Now,
was it a free kick? That's the only other thing, because the Crows defender right in the back of Stewie Lowe.
Pittman gets it down. Oh, that was good play. At the heart on the Maynard. Then on to Marshall. Beautiful team play that by the Crows to the centre of the ground. It's fisted away towards Pekin. Well picked up. Good tackle. That could be holding the ball. Great tackle by little Eddie Hocking. I wouldn't have him off the ground for too long, this little fella, as he kicks it to half forward. A chance for Mark de Klug at the back. Using his strength now. Should tap it on. That could be holding the ball. Umpire calls play on. Tapped by Grant Laurie, and that was good play. It lands with Newport. Newport on the left out wide, and he's found Dwyer. They've got the open spaces, the Saints. Couple of bounces. And now he brings it to the half-forward line, but chipping in to take the mark for the Crows is Robbie Thompson.
Thompson kicks to centre field. Marshall and Newport. Newport's got a pretty busy job on him. That could be a push in the back to him. He's clever. Lindsay now coming into his own a little bit after he was a little bit too loose on Wilson. Or Frawley spoiled Grant, but it doesn't matter. David Grant straight down the ground. Pittman didn't try for the mark. Ball comes out to centre wing and Lee. Tregenza on the Port Adelaide star. Thompson. Burke. Play on, it was touched, the umpire calls. Morris. Adams into the pack. Cracker. Ball getting pretty slippery. Finally picks it up. Shoots it towards goal. And the mark taken down there by Smart. That wasn't too smart. That's out of bounds on the full. And the free kick will go to St Kilda. It'll be taken by Jimmy Cracker.
Pete, they're just they're suffering a little bit from the pressure that's being applied by St Kilda. A lot different to when they played Geelong.
St Kilda should be further in front, Bernie, you would think.
Certainly.
Could prove costly in the wash-up. Now it comes to McGuinness. He goes for the boundary line after the mark was originally squelched by Big Pittman.
Tell you what, he's showing a bit, Pittman, though. He's getting in the right position. He's getting back to help his backman, too.
Dermott on the bench. 15 points the difference. Morris juggling for front position with him. Hart overruns it. Left for Marshall. Jarman through some very heavy traffic. Wobbles the punt kick. And to see Damien Kitchke take the mark still inside the centre square.
Thank you.
Centering kick from him. Where's Stewie Lowe? Now there was some interference there. Wilson playing on, but it might be the other way. And in fact it is. The free kick will be going to Maynard at half-back.
Against Stewie Lowe, that one for pushing out.
To play Rodney Maynard on to Hart. Darryl Hart, the centre wing. Oh, good mark. Second good mark to Murphy. Now he should get back.
You got him, Tim.
Yeah, playing on, the umpire said. To centre, to half-forward flank. Good diving mark taken by Kane Taylor, and immediately plays on to Kitchke. He looks a much improved player. He's in for a good year, Damien Kitchke, to the centre of the ground. McAdam allows Grant to come through and then tap it on. McAdam in after it again. Got brilliant skills. Tapped on by Jarman was good play. That's McGuinness. Out of the spaces is Tregenza leading in the race for the ball. Can he trap it? Yes, he can. Good play by Tregenza. But unfortunately for him, his teammate David Marshall couldn't keep it in play. At half forward for the Crows is Paul Harding. A late start to the season for him. He's got back from Western Australia. Very, very good overhead mark and real goer, Harding. Here's a chance for Newport on to Taylor. Taylor shuffles it to Pekin. Some good tackling. That's Grant tapping it on. Nathan Burke. There's the siren to end the first quarter here at Waverley. St Kilda lead 2-5-17. The Adelaide Crows 2 straight behinds. Will kick a goal at one end there.
Umpire Peter Cameron starts proceedings in the second term, third quarter final of the Foster's Cup. Adelaide trailing by 15 points. Wilson and Lowe, the goal kickers for St Kilda in the first term. St Kilda this quarter kicking to the right. McAdam, who showed us something in the first term. Jimmy Cracker, his partner in crime, kicks the ball across his body, and he's found the body. Stewie Lowe.
Yes, well,
and delirious.
the strength of Stewie Lowe again coming to the fore and puts his body in front. And once he gets his hands up, it's very difficult for the defenders to knock it away. Great stuff by Stewie Lowe.
He'd be the sort of bloke at end-to-end marking practice at training. You make sure you get down the other end, Bernie.
That's for sure, Pete. He kicked 50 goals last season for St Kilda.
Well, he's got a chance to bring up his second tonight. Point blank range, but he has drifted it off to the left and one behind. So St Kilda increases its lead to 16 points, 2-6 to 2 behinds.
Really, it's been a poor return so far for the amount of play they've had on their forward line. Their kicking has been, well, the kicking for goal has been the only thing letting them down.
Bartlett brings the ball back into play. Good kick straight down the ground.
Yes, it is a good kick too. That was charging into the pack was Russell Morris. Here's Grantley Filkey, the half forward. Instead of free, could have been a free. Oh, umpire playing the advantage now. Klug gives it off to Tregenza. Here's a chance with a long kick. Here's a chance for a mark up in front of goal, and it has been taken by Hodges. And this is his first real opportunity. Kicked over 100 goals last year for Port Adelaide. Good lead. Got away from Frawley. Now we'll kick from 20 metres, 45-degree angle. First goal of the game may be coming up here. Oh, he's hooked it bad. A shocker.
Well, he didn't kick too well in Adelaide.
That's right. He kicked 8 points, I think, 2-8 against Geelong.
Yes, he kicked terribly over there, and that was a golden opportunity gone begging there because they're not getting much of the ball up on their forward line. They really need to convert.
Danny Frawley, arguably the best fullback in the caper. There's a wrestle, knocked down by Kitchke. Filkey, McGuinness. He's kicked one behind so far, and he's now kicked 2 behinds. A little bit hurried there, Tony McGuinness. Just couldn't steady in time. 4 behinds to the Crows.
Thank you.
Grant Laurie. Favours the member stand side. From the huddle. A little bit of a push out there, but Grant takes the mark. Probably got the second best pair of hands in the side next to Stewie Lowe. Once he gets his hands on it, it usually does stick. Harvey, class player. Good tackle, Marshall. Ooh.
I think that was a correct decision, that.
Pretty quick. Marshall, one of the best players for the Crows tonight so far. Kicks into the open spaces. Hart, didn't he star against Geelong, especially in the forward pocket. And a good punch away by Shanahan. Finds the safety of the boundary line. It'll be thrown into play about 30 metres around from the Crows' goal. Cogler gets rid of it quickly. Grant. McGuinness again. Former Footscray star, high and long. Hodges the target. Got his hands to it, or maybe a hand, but that was as close as he got. Filkey, as he got it just inside the line. He has. Back to McGuinness, busy on the forward line. That was pinched, I think, intended for Jarman.
See, that was a throw.
That one wasn't. Marshall. A high kick in front of goal. Grant again. St Kilda's back line almost impenetrable at the moment, and he too has found the safety of the boundary line, 50 metres from goal.
Well, they're getting the ball down there a lot though now, the Crows, Bernie.
Yes, but under intense pressure every time they go forward, because St Kilda have been prepared to get the numbers back in defence, and everything the Crows do, it's been under intense pressure.
Klug doing the ruck work against Shanahan. Well done over to McGuinness. Now here's a goal maybe coming up. McGuinness on the left foot slams it right through the middle. Great kick.
A 1-2. The tally of Tony McGuinness, and the Crows trail by 8 points.
Well, that was better, but St Kilda not defending all that well on that occasion because they didn't have defenders on the attacking side. McGuinness out there by himself. St Kilda ruck rover just not picking him up and giving him far too much latitude there, and McGuinness making them pay for it.
Tony McGuinness's first goal, 1-2. And he's kicked so far. Kitchke, Lindsay.
Too high kick.
Tony McGuinness has had 11 kicks. He is in great form.
Free kick, I think, is going to Coughlin. Yes, it is.
Get the ball. He's going for the ball. That's all he has to do.
Frank Coughlin, right next to the circle. Puts the Saints back into attack. Up high was Pittman. Couldn't take it. Lee, good backup support. Maynard tries for the hand pass. Now it comes to Lindsay after the hand pass from Bartlett. Mark's built out there. Forcing Kilda by Pekin. Nathan Burke gives him backup support. Over to Newport. McAdam in front of Thompson. Inboard comes the hand pass at Lindsay. Marshall runs into trouble. Kick smothered. Dwyer paddles the ball in front of him. Flipped out. That could have been close to a throw. Wilson, who was very dangerous early, over to McAdam. And one behind. Or was it? No, it was McAdam. He and Cracker look very much alike, and they both play with a similar style. Opportunity still being wasted as the kick in comes from Bartlett.
Bartlett to the half-back line. Kitchke at the back. Pittman at the front. Here's Frank Coughlin looking for Harvey. He's found him. Harvey to Dwyer. Dwyer on the left foot, hooked it back, but taking a safe mark toward the Crows is Nigel Smart. Played well against another one of the players who did well against Geelong. Now he transfers play. That's good football. As he found a teammate out there in Matthew Kelly. Kelly towards centre wing. Klug at the back. Tapped down by Shanahan. Maynard to Hart. We've got the loose man going here, the Crows. Here's Klug. Klug on centre wing, brings it to half forward. Well, Murphy was the flyer. Chance for Silky. He's doing some good work. McGuinness, best man on the ground at the moment. Beautiful hand pass. Marshall straightens up, fires in a goal, and has hooked it. So the Crows, Bernie, have certainly lifted their game. They're playing a lot better this quarter.
Marshall, 13 possessions, Bernie. He wouldn't be far behind, would he?
Oh, he's very good against Geelong as well, Marshall. One of their, their prime movers. He sets up a lot into the forward line.
Danny Frawley looking for Kitchke. Oh, almost a mark to Pittman. Got some promise. With Kane Taylor bringing it to the half-back line. Maynard tries to keep it in play. Couldn't do so. Russell Morris had backup support, but didn't come off. It was Newport. Oh, a heavy clash there. McAdam. Harvey said, was that a throw? I think it was, and the umpires picked that out, and the free kick will go to Andrew Jarman.
Jarman. Short of left centre wing. Grant. It's a pretty hefty fist into the ball.
Well, that's the trouble kicking to a stationary target, Pete. No movement there. A big right Pittman. It doesn't matter how tall you are, because Grant's a lot shorter, but was able to fly over the top and punch the ball away.
Kitchke, Kelly. Out it comes to Hart from Jarman. Up to centre wing. Juggle. And a good mark taken down there by Klug. And he's got him short towards half forward. Hocking. Nuggety little player, McGuinness. Looking for someone to give it to. Not too much support down there. Finded the ball picked up by Murphy, I think it might have been. Oh, that was almost too high. That shot for goal taken by Tregenza. That's a pretty good shot. He's shredded it. Their second goal. 2-5 to 2-7, and the Crows get to within 2 points.
I don't know how they're that close, Pete, because St Kilda had the majority of the play on the forward line, and they may pay for their inaccuracy later on in the game, because they really had so many opportunities, easy chances to goal, and the Crows definitely have lifted at the start of this second quarter. I'm very impressed with the little bloke on the forward line, Eddie Hocking. He works very hard indeed.
2 points only the margin now. St Kilda leads, but the Crows have really picked up. The Saints go forward again. Tapped down well by Smart. On to Maynard. Oh, poor kick. He was looking for Lindsay. Might still get to it. He does, and kicks it off the ground. Kitski to half forward, but going back to take the mark is Scott Lee. Now, Lee's got a loose man out there in Lindsay, a very experienced player. He's looking for Hart. Hart running with the flight of the ball. He's got it. Danger now for St Kilda. Hart the short one. He finds Jarman. Jarman stabs it long and low and puts it right through another one to the Crows. Well, they're on fire. Andrew Jarman kicked his first, and the Crows hit the front. They lead 3-5-23 to St Kilda 2-7, a total of 19.
Yes, very good play by the Crows at the start of the second quarter. They've suddenly found a bit of space. Jarman alone by himself on that outer side, finishing it off, but they're moving the ball well. And unless St Kilda can keep up that intense pressure that they showed in that first quarter, they will really pay, because they're a very skillful side, the Crows.
Jarman, McGuinness and Tregenza, the goal kickers this quarter for the Crows. They lead by 4 points. Craven. McAdam. Well tackled. Marshall. Dwyer taps the ball further forward. Kelly got ridden into the ground. Maybe could have got a free kick for in the back, but Peter Cameron is not that lenient, and it will be bounced. Newport readies himself for it. Morris. And didn't have the ball against Lindsay. The free kick going to Harvey. Harvey goes in short and out wide. Mark on the right half forward flank taken by Steve Newport, wearing Trevor Barker's old number. This bloke kicking that low was on his own. Makes the lead ignored. Newport must fancy himself to kick it from there. He'd be kicking from outside 50, and against the southerly breeze, it would be a good sort of a roost. Won't quite get there. Ball into the forward pocket and in fact over the line, about 30 metres from goal. So a throw in from Kilda's right forward pocket. They trail at the moment by 4 points after leading by 15 at the first change. Good comeback by Adelaide. Morris and Pittman. Real scramble. Morris just gets it out in time. Flipped out by Craven. And the ball out of the pack by Scott Lee. Or Newport, did he hold it long enough?
He definitely didn't, but the mark was paid anyway, Pete.
A little bit further out from goal this time. That's a better kick. Three Crows getting up high. Smart off the ground. Jarman and Pekin. Pekin has to double back. Marshall just about throws the ball out. Lindsay again. Laurie. High to half forward. Finally with a clearing kick, it's Bartlett, but he doesn't clear it very far. Pekin, well grabbed. Lindsay, tap on. Jarman, Craven. Desperation by both teams. Flipped out by Jarman. Probably going to side about 10 or 15 metres. Harvey trying to crash his way through. Didn't have the ball. Hocking throws it out. The recipient is Dwyer. He says, thanks very much. Down to low at full forward. Off the ground, Lee will try to get it to the boundary line. Jimmy Cracker tries to keep it in, but Lee does well. Kick partially smothered. Now Big Pittman's got to try to pick this up. Nothing short-handed about that. Morris, 15 metres out, lands a goal and puts it through. And Kilda back in front.
Yes, well, the intensity of this game, it never ceases to amaze me, because the players just have not got time to think these days. Big Pittman a little bit slow there. Stewie Lowe, great tackle, and Russell Morris prepared to do the running, the work that St Kilda have been prepared to do. They're getting positioned and really assisting each other.
Two points the margin. St Kilda lead, but we've got a real contest on our hands. Tapped down by Kitski. Centre bounce, very important. Kitski to McAdam. Umpire said he was held. Only briefly, but the free kick was there. Gilbert McAdam gets it moving. He's looking for Lowe. Bartlett kind of rolls it. Oh, free kick to Bartlett. Oh, he didn't have the ball. The umpires let it go. Should have been a free kick. Newport up in front of goal. But a good mark. He's a real goer, Maynard, and he immediately gets on with the game, looking for Jarman. Bartlett now doing pretty well at fullback on Stuart Lowe. He's putting him under enormous pressure, and that's good. Centre of the ground, Kitski charging after it. Kane Taylor onto Dwyer. Dwyer, half forward, taken away by Kelly. Oh, bad hand pass, straight to Robert Harvey. Robert Harvey to half forward, and the mark has been taken by Kelly. Kelly immediately plays on, gives it to Thompson. Thompson to half forward. Marshall went for the punt on Kitski. That was Kane Taylor getting it to Nathan Burke, the two look-alikes. Centre wing, Jarman charges in on it, and the umpire will bounce.
Short of the left half forward flank to St.Kilda. Excellent crowd here tonight as McIntyre warms up on the boundary line. 2 points the difference. Adelaide has hit the front in this quarter. Knocked down by Pittman. Harvey. Burke. No one going anywhere. McDermott back on the ground. Hurried hand pass. Now a chance for the Crows. Kicked up towards Murphy and Grant. And Murphy gets a hand to it. It's over the boundary line on centre wing. So Adelaide gaining some 45 metres.
I'll tell you what, Peter, a real team of goers, Adelaide.
They are. Kitski over the top. Jarman on the bottom. Pilkey trying to pick it up. By Peter Cameron.
Pittman's having a rest too, Peter, and he's been replaced by McIntyre. Peter McIntyre coming on to do the ruck duties.
McIntyre number 23. Knocked down though by Murphy. Clue. Jarman from a standing start. Shanahan underneath it, just a little bit too far for him. He's kicked the ball right across ground into the open spaces. Dean Rice will get there first. Good turn of pace by Rice. Copped a heavy knock in the first quarter, as he did against the West Coast Eagles. But he's a pretty tough nut. There he is. Stewie Lowe on the cracker. Steadies. 45 metres out. It's going to be a touch and go job. Bounces the wrong side. All clear for one behind. A lightning hand from Stewie Lowe to get it to cracker. And St Kilda increases its lead by 3 points to Smart. Kicks the ball back into play, favours the member stand side. Cracker a little bit late on the fence, McAdam. And it's going to be a free kick. And it's going to be taken by Kelly.
Yes, interference going for that mark. The kick by Kelly almost out of bounds on the fall. But the ball rolls over the line. Number 14 you see on screen is Alan Bartlett, who has a huge job on Stewie Lowe. Dean Rice having a spell on the bench.
I think Stewie Lowe's now playing centre-half forward with Kitski going to full forward, Harding in the ruck.
There's Grant Laurie with a hurried kick to half forward. Could have been a free kick against Jimmy Cracker then. Oh, look at the skill of Cracker. Good play. On to Harvey. Harvey up in front of goal. Chance for Kitski. Now Russell Morris, an open goal, and he slams it for another one with the stake. Well, they move further in front. 4-8, 32 St Kilda. Adelaide 3-5, 23.
Well, they have aerial supremacy, no doubt, St Kilda, and with Harding on the ground, two very tall players filling the two cheap forward positions. Kitski now going to full forward. As I said, and Stewie Lowe at centre-half forward, and Russell Morris also very strong overhead and also strong on the ground.
Two goals kicked by Russell Morris has put St Kilda back in command of the game. Paul Harding, a late start to the season for him, coming on to tackle the centre bounce against McIntyre. And it's won by the latter. Doesn't knock it very far though. Thompson got bowled over, and we'll see another bounce. Kim Pekin. That must have been Peter Cameron talking. I mean that in the nicest possible way. We're still not getting it out. McAdam was the one that goes in and deservedly gets the free kick. And a great debut for the Saints against the West Coast Eagles. Tired perhaps a little bit after half-time in that game, but he got them moving, as Brian Wilson does here to Newport, who straightens up. That'll go pretty close and just touched about a metre from the line for only one behind. The point to St Kilda.
3-5 to 4-9, a difference of 10 points. Lee goes to the outer side, looking for Smart, and he just marked it in front of Jimmy Cracker. Smart just up from the back pocket. This time goes the distance with the kick. Kicks it towards centre wing. Harding in front. It comes to Harvey.
Robert Harvey to the half-forward line. Cracker with pace. Jimmy Cracker. Oh, Jimmy Lockett. Could be 50, is it? Yes, I think it might be too. Definitely pushed after he took the mark, Jimmy Cracker. 50 metres against Nigel Smart will put Jimmy Cracker right on the goal line.
Well, let's have a look in replay again. I don't know whether it was 50 mark.
Oh, he pushed him there. He did push him and then he fell into his back.
Well, you've got to make some attempt, or the coach would rip into you if you didn't make some desperate attempt, didn't you? Anyway, Jimmy's got the kick right in front. He's been taken to the middle of the goal line and will pop this through for a goal to the front.
That's a new rule, Pete, because that happened in Adelaide 2 to Hodges. They don't put them on the boundary line.
Well, if it's inside that 50-metre semicircle, you're taken right to the line.
Yes, let's have a look, Pete, at this again. We'll just see Harvey there with a quick left foot kick. Jimmy Cracker making good ground to take that mark.
Well, he couldn't pull up there. Look, the guy's in full motion. He couldn't stop them.
Well, I don't know about that. I didn't like that, though, Pete, where Nigel Smart fell into his back.
Slide. Again.
23 plays 39. Free kick from the centre.
And it's going to the McGuinness. Yeah, no, it has to go to the ruckman, Pete.
And it's going to McIntyre. McIntyre's kicked down to half forward, just on 50. Murphy and Shanahan will try to kick it off the ground. Kane Taylor will have to get rid of it quickly, otherwise he'll be penalised. And umpire Peter Cameron has decided that a stalemate develops, and it will be a ball up, only about 20 metres out from goal. An opportunity for the Crows. Harding got high. Hart. Snapshot across his body, and he's put it through for a minor score.
That's his first score for the night, Pete, after kicking 6 goals in the game against Geelong at Football Park in Adelaide.
5 minutes before half-time, 3-6 to 5-9. 15 points the difference. And indeed, that's what it was at quarter-time. Grant Laurie to kick in. Usually kicks pretty well, that's no exception. Harding in front. Nathan Burke. Dwyer, a real hospital job, that one. It hung in the air for minutes, it seemed. And out of bounds on centre wing. Peter Hudson, Ken Sheldon.
And Peter Francis also the coach of the reserves this year at St.Kilda.
Loose ball now on centre wing, picked up by Harvey. He's got great skills. The chance for the Saints to go forward again. Russell Morris has kicked their last 2 goals. Cracker drives on it. He'll have to get rid of it quickly. Good tackle by Lee. Maynard. Lindsay. The boundary line is too close. We'll see a throw.
The St.Kilda supporters felt they should have been holding the man, of course, but there's Mickey Taylor, who's a great club man at Collingwood. He's a top player, too. And former Adelaide champion, and back there in a coaching role now. His help will be invaluable to Graham Corns. That was Kelly getting the ball to half forward. Nathan Burke. Punched away by Harvey. Mick Dwyer, a quick hand pass. This is the fullback, Bartlett. Getting it further afield. Thompson. Vincent ends up with Filkey. Filkey to half forward. Klug should mark this. He's got it. Now, I thought that came off the St.Kilda player, actually. John Klug. I think originally came from Tasmania. Went to Richmond. Didn't quite make it. Was thought to be too slow. And has done pretty well over in Adelaide. Kick from the 50-metre line. They could do with a goal here. He hooked it slightly. Oh, a push in the back. And the umpire, Peter Cameron, very experienced, right onto that. And Paul Harding takes it, brings it out of defence with a short pass and finds Grant.
David Grant. Short kick. Oh, yes, a juggle from Jarman. And he's been paid the mark.
Free kick against him, Peter, for a push-out. He put the left arm into the back of Tim Pekin.
Now with the top down. And more familiar attire. Grant again. As I said before, a good safe pair of hands. McIntyre in front. McIntyre from left centre wing. Again, putting the Crows forward. St.Kilda players are again at the fall of the ball. And David Grant did well. McAdam on the right half back line. Standing the mark was Thompson. Stewie Lowe at the back. It's outmarked by Russell Morris. Steve Newport, former Melbourne Tagger. Long kick up towards the forward pocket. Bounces just inside the line. And it will be thrown at about 8 metres from the behind post. And Kilda's right forward pocket as we get close to half-time. We've had some excellent games in the Foster's Cup, and tonight's certainly no exception. With the Adelaide Crows making their Melbourne debut, and so far they've done pretty well after, shall we say, a sluggish start in the opening term. McIntyre knocks down low, over the top, not long enough. The call from the umpire was loud enough. Cracker grabbed when he didn't have it. Harvey.
Yeah, the free kick to Jimmy Cracker. It's being held without when he was in possession. He loses possession here, knocked out of his grasp, and there's the swing from McIntyre, just slung him off the play. And Jimmy Cracker really deserved that free kick, no doubt about it.
He's kicked 1 goal. Russell Morris has 2 for the Saints. And both of them kicked in this quarter. Cracker from point-blank range has kicked a goal. So the Saints go further ahead in the third quarter-final of the Foster's Cup, 24 to 45.
Well, they look as if they've regained their composure, the St Kilda side, after that challenge from the Crows early in the match in the second quarter, when they really came back and started to play good football. But St Kilda have steadied with Stewie Lowe centre-half forward. Their forward line very good. Jimmy Cracker, McAdam in everything. And they've just broken away again.
6-9 plays 3-6 for Davis. St Kilda gets Lockett and Winmar back in that forward line. Boy, they'll have a potent forward line then. There's Marshall, the half forward, punched down by Klug. That was good play. Some good shipping too, allowed McGuinness to come in on the left and bring it right down towards the half forward line, and it rolls over the line and beats Danny Frawley. The Crows at the start of this quarter seem to be getting on top, but St Kilda, to their credit, have really come back hard. Harding, kept on by Jarman. Here's McDermott charging in after. Pretty tough customer. Gets in a quick hand pass to Filkey, who snaps for goal and hooks it across his body and out of bounds on the full. And they have to do a little bit more down forward, the Adelaide Crows. Danny Frawley got the job on Hodges. Plays very, very close. Here's Stewie Lowe, taken by Jarman. Back it comes to Bartlett. Bartlett's a half forward. Punched away by Grant Laurie. Here's Marshall. Beautiful hand pass. Hart straightens up from 40 metres. Kicked hard and high, and it floats in for a goal. Well done, the Crows. That's his first. Steaming hot Crow. That sign says, and maybe that'll liven them up a bit. 6-9 plays 4-6 and Kilda lead.
Darryl Hart has been
much quieter than his game against Geelong, but when he gets the ball within that 50-metre range, he doesn't miss very often. Kicked 6 goals in the game against Geelong. A very effective player, very damaging when he has some space on that forward line.
Just over a minute left in the first half. Harding against McIntyre, 15 points the difference, and that's what it was at quarter time. So the Crows haven't made inroads into that deficit. Still no clean possession after the bounce. And McDermott sits on his St Kilda opponent, and it's going to be a ball up. There's Nathan Burke. Harding taps down, tries to find Pekin, did so. Dwyer, or courage to go in there. Jarman makes sure he wasn't going anywhere. As the clock ticks down towards half-time, Dwyer, the last one to get up. Been a good half of football. It's like football in the 50s there, with about 20 players around the ball. Grant Laurie. Good long kick. Stewie Lowe in front, 2 grabs. Mark not paid. Smart. Oh, surface of
Waverley still pretty soft. And Smart's kick in the end was not a good one. He was under pressure. Tregenza couldn't get it out. Kelly. Smart again. Newport cattams into him. And who's got it? I don't think it's going to matter because the siren's due to go any tick at the clock for half-time. In fact, there it is. Good half of football. And the score at the main change, St Kilda 6-9-45, leading Adelaide 4-6-30 at half-time.
Yes, we
Stewie
thought,
Lowe.
I think you and I thought he was going to be slaughtered at one stage, but he did pretty well in that second quarter.
Second half from Waverley, 4-6 to 6-9, 15 points in favour of St Kilda. And that was the difference at quarter time. Kitchke loses out to McDermott, throws the ball back to Pittman, who got nailed. McGuinness, Kitchke taps it out. That's on the shoulder, or is it a bounce? It's the latter option taken by umpire Peter Cameron. And it will be bounced just off the edge of the centre circle. All in this time. McDermott, McAdam, Dwyer, boot the ball very quickly. Lindsay and Morris. Morris trapped with it underneath him. Russell Morris not too happy. Smart. Oh, that is a great mark by Lindner, who spent the first half on the bench. He's kicked a half forward, tried to find Hodges, who's been well held so far by Danny Frawley, the man in front. And, oh, gee, is that deliberate? Pretty close. I'm sure had it been a football park, they would have brought the house down. Not so here. 50 metres out, boundary throwing. And Danny Frawley has done a good job tonight. Limited opportunities for Hodges. Shanahan in front. Craven. A bounce. Just inside 50. Klug hands the ball back.
He's doing some good heavy work up that half-forward line, Pete. Klug.
Did well against Geelong too, Pete, didn't he? Certainly one of their better players. Jarman. Now a chance for them again. McGuinness taking the hand pass from Klug. Oh, he's just about nailed. Oh, how did he get his kick in flat?
Oh, amazing play there by Tony McGuinness to actually get his boot to the ball.
Kelly
laying flat out on his side there when he kicked that ball.
Kelly will kick from right on 50 against this slight southerly breeze.
Matthew Kelly's got a bit of a look-alike Robert Harvey, St Kilda player. Don't agree, Bernie, or you do?
I do agree, Pete. Very much alike.
There's a kick from 50 metres. They could do with one here, the Crows, but they've missed.
Slightly taller though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little bit bigger.
Surprising, Peter Maynard's been moved on to Stewie Lowe and Bartlett's gone to full back.
Oh, look at that kick of McGuinness. That was brilliant play. He is a really top-class footballer, Tony McGuinness, and Footscray will miss him this year. There's Grant Laurie to the half-back line. It was Craven getting it on to McAdam. Dwyer. Oh, he was tackled hard. Here's Jarman. Beautiful skills to half-forward. Kane Taylor has nearly lost this to Hart. Hart in after it. Tapping it on in front of him. Lindner. Can't keep it in play, and over the line it goes at half-forward. It'll be a good clash, that. David Grant and Bruce Lindner. They're both high flyers. 6-9 plays 4-7. Kitchke taps it down. Lindner playing for the free kick. There's Nathan Burke with a quick hand pass. Coughlin at the centre of the pack. Now Kitchke taken away by Hocking. A high one. Hodges versus Frawley. Who will win out? Punched away by Frawley, but here's a chance. Tregenza. Banana kick. Brings it back, but it just misses. So the Crows in everything at the moment. Good play by Tregenza. Good thinking. 4-8. Plays 6-9. Michael Taylor and Graham Corns looking on. Danny Frawley having a great battle down there with Hodges. He kicks looking for McAdam. Backup support from Grant, who he might have put this out in the full, or was it out before he kicked it? Let's have a look at the boundary umpire. I think he'll throw it in.
Crows doing most of the attacking so far in the third quarter. Early days yet, only 3 minutes gone. Klug and Kitchke. At the back is Craven. Kelly to McGuinness after it came from McDermott initially. Taylor. It's going to St Kilda.
Got him there.
Shanahan.
call you. You're right on it.
Who earlier in his league career was at Fitzroy. No mark paid. A little stack up out there on centre wing. 14 is Craven. Stewie Lowe started brilliantly. He's kicked
McGuinness limping
one goal.
too, Peter, rather badly there.
Well, he was telling us before the game he did have a slight problem in his Achilles. Let's hope it's not that. They can be very hard to throw off. This is Smart. Cracker in pursuit. Gets it out to Bartlett. Goes to the boundary line. Oh, straight to Harding from Thompson. Smart. Harvey tracks it over the boundary line.
Out in the fall.
So Smart to take the free kick at left half-back flank for the Crows. Kicks to centre wing.
Oh, free kick surely.
Had to be.
Pittman landing rather heavily.
Yeah, it's dragged off that one, Pittman.
And it goes to McDermott, and McDermott goes long down towards left half forward flank.
Oh, another free kick to Lindner. Oh, not paid. I thought Grant was straight into his back then. Taken away by Kane Taylor. Centre wing. Pittman again sets himself. Couldn't take the mark. Backup support from Marshall, who's a brilliant player. Marshall to half forward. They need someone to take a mark. Grant is the flyer, and the umpire's paid that.
Bit lucky to be paid that. He didn't drag that in, hit the ground.
David Grant at half back for the Saints. He and Lindner having a good battle. Russell Morris. Low onto Dwyer. Danger here for the Crows. Dwyer swinging around on the left foot. Bumped away. Pittman taps it on. That was good play. Tregenza. Marshall. Now he's got plenty of space. Marshall, a low trajectory drop punt for the half forward line and Clube. Good play by Kelly. Over to Hocking. Hocking the long one. Oh, they've got two options here, and the mark has been taken by Lindner. That was excellent football, Bernie.
Yes, and the bloke that set that up again, a little fellow again, Eddie Hocking, with a little bit of pace into the forward line. He certainly can break up a defence with his pace. And penetrating kicking is a real goer.
Well, Bruce Lindner started off on interchange.
He's livened things up down there a bit already, hasn't he?
Certainly has. And
Tim Pekin being replaced by Jason Daniels, his first run for the night.
well, this will really lift them if Bruce Lindner can kick this goal from directly in front. Kicks straight through it. I think it's a goal. Yes, it is. So Bruce Lindner has kicked his first. Sir Bruce Lindner, the sign says. Adelaide move on to 5-8-38. And the Saints on 6-9-45.
It's rather surprising to see Bruce Lindner on the bench for so long. He's a talented footballer. Had a couple of seasons with Geelong. I think he fell out of favour with Malcolm Blight, but he did kick 139 goals while at Geelong.
38-45. Lindner's first goal, and he's certainly livened proceedings up down there on their forward line. Knocked down by Pittman, and that'll be a free kick to McDermott. Over to Lindsay. Lindsay still inside the square, but the Crows looking a lot better in the early stages of the third quarter. If they can get another goal here, it's really going to put the pressure on St Kilda. Grant paddles the ball further forward. But here they come again. Frawley and Hodges. Mark or free kick, whatever.
It's a bit strong for Hodges at the moment.
Well, it might be worthwhile a change because Frawley has kept Hodges goalless.
Shanahan marking in front of Klug. Just up from the right back pocket. Russell Morris, the target, has it knocked away by Lindsay. On the end of it, McAdam. Dwyer, who's playing excellent football. Back to McAdam, right on the boundary line. St Kilda goes forward. Haven't done too much this quarter. Lowe back in the thick of things. Started brilliantly. Stewie Lowe. Long kick. Wilson, great grab. So, shades of what happened in the first quarter with Lowe and Wilson both starring. Wilson gets along with it pretty quickly. Harding's first goal. And just the tonic for the Saints, as the Crows were really putting the pressure on them. 7-9 to 5-8.
Well, a valuable lesson there for the Crows. You just cannot afford to relax for one moment, because the defenders a little bit disappointed there that Wilson was able to take that mark. They stood around and let him go back. Harding raced into the goal square, Good play by Brian Wilson. He went back quickly, didn't waste time, moved the ball on, but bad defence by the Crows.
Pittman against Kitski. Kitski, well, he's bumped off the ball, but here's McAdam. Hand pass back over his head. His players wrestle for the ball, and Peter Cameron will bounce. It's still anyone's game. The Crows certainly not out of it. They only trail by 13 points. Oh, that could have been a free kick to Pittman. Umpire said that they're both pushing and shoving. Here's Kelly tapping it on to Jarman. Very rarely wastes the kick, Jarman. Grant couldn't take the mark. Here's a chance now for Lindner from 40 metres. A high floating kick. Did it sneak in? No. Just missed to the right. Lindner proving fairly dangerous down there. I'm a little bit with you, Bernie. I'm surprised that he was off the field for so long. Oh, there's a decent shiner on the face of just under the left eye of Dean Rice.
Seems to have bad luck out here at VFL Park, doesn't he? Cop one against the Eagles, and again tonight, Kitschke, a juggled mark.
Out of it!
Umpire says he held it long enough. He's rucked pretty well tonight. Lindsay at the back takes the mark. Oh, the umpire says he infringed a push out. Russell Morris to take the free kick. Morris with 2 goals to his credit so far. And he goaled after the Crows had hit the front of the second quarter. Harvey misses the mark. Dwyer, good backup support. Dwyer to McAdam. McAdam goes short. And the mark is taken by Laurie. Moving down well from defence. Grant Laurie, who can kick the ball a country mile. He should be able to get the distance.
You're right.
He's gone short. Looking for Lowe, and he finds him.
Yes, Pete, he could have made the distance, no doubt, there from that range. Grant Laurie only about 50 metres out, which is not a long way for him. But Stewie Lowe making a positive lead and honoured by Grant Laurie. Good play by Grant Laurie. He can lead with confidence with when Grant Laurie has the ball.
8 marks so far to Stewie Lowe.
Looks like he'll get his normal double figures in the marking department, Pete,
Without any trouble at all.
every week.
Stuttering run up. Curls around for a goal. 2 to Lowe, 2 to Morris, 2 to Jimmy Cracker. Leading goal kickers for St Kilda, and for the Crows, they've all been singles.
They just seem to have that firepower on the forward line when they maybe seem to be struggling a little bit. You've got the players on the forward line, Morris, Stewie Lowe, who can just come in and take a strong grab as he did there. And a good kick from Stewie Lowe. He's not all that confident, stutters a little bit, but can certainly find the range these days.
St Kilda lead the Adelaide Crows by 3 goals, so it's important that the Crows get the next goal if they're to be in this game. There's Pittman. Shanahan trying to soccer it off the ground. Harding, oh, well done. Kicks it about 40 metres straight to the hands of Brian Wilson. Now Wilson will look for the short one. Yes, here it is. The lead has been made to the pocket, and going back to take the mark is Robert Harvey.
They've been prepared to run, the Saints, because Harvey was a player that shepherded when Harding kicked that one off the ground, and there he is bobbing up in the forward pocket to take the pass from Brian Wilson.
Very, very promising ruck rover. Robert Harvey, also a talented district cricketer here in Melbourne. A low trajectory drop punt. He's missed. And you hear the size from the outer of St Kilda supporters. 8-10 plays 5-9. As Alan Bartlett about to bring the ball back into play.
More here than his 300 or 400 game namesake, hasn't he? KB. Pittman taps it forward. Good tackle by Dwyer. Ball spills free. Craven gets offloaded. Harding. High kick to the advantage of no one really. The ball bouncing in front of McAdam and Dwyer. And Craven, as I said, did get offloaded. And how? He pulled up a little bit sore. Throw-in is at right half forward for St Kilda. Pittman and Morris. At the back is Marshall. Good knock on by Jimmy Cracker. He's moving okay now, Craven. Sets that up for a goal. And has missed to the near side, only 1 behind. Still grimacing though in pain. 5-9 to 8-11, and subsequently, or consequently,
We might see a change shortly as Rice warms up. Alan Bartlett, this time bringing the ball to the member stand side. Good high kick, travels 55 metres. At the back is Smart. Now he's got a chance to pick it up and flick out the hand pass. On the end of it is Lindsay. Ball bounces kindly for Marshall. And the Crows build on this. Long kick down to Linda. Puts the foot out and takes the mark.
I think he's paying a free kick against Lindner. Oh, that's a tough decision.
Well,
maybe a little bit early, but
that's protecting yourself.
It is one for what's your decision, isn't it?
Yeah, interesting, that one.
The 50-metre penalty.
He did stick the ball, the foot out very early to keep Grant out of the contest.
Well, if he hadn't have done that, he would have been knocked rotten.
Grant. St Kilda aided by that 50-metre penalty. Punch away by Maynard. On the end of the hand pass is Jimmy Cracker. It came from Craven. No, that was too high. You can't argue with that. Thompson won't really try. Dwyer to take the free kick, and he's directly in front of goal, but over 50 metres out.
Oh, no doubt about that free kick to Mick Dwyer. Now he loves the short pass too, but on this occasion, well, he's 55 metres out, so he might go the short one if the lead's on. No, he's going to elect to go long, but it won't quite make the distance. Where's Lowe? He's still there at the back. Stewie Lowe on the left foot has missed. So the big man went for the miraculous, and it didn't come off. 8-12. Plays 5-9. The short one comes out to Lindsay. Really haven't capitalised enough up forward, the Crows. Marshall. He's looking for someone to give it to, but he's a pretty cool, calm and collected customer. Here's Klug running back with the flight. That was good play. Hocking, can he control it? Yes, he can. He's caught. Gets in a quick hand pass. Well done. Another hand pass comes to Klug. That came across from McIntyre. Eventually they go forward, the Crows. Oh, big knock on. Who's got the pace? Tregenza racing after it. So does Grant. Tregenza leads in the race, and eventually the ball is forced over the line. Half forward for the Crows, and they need a couple of quick goals.
Certainly do, Pete. They've been within striking distance, but just not able to go on with it.
Pittman on the bench. Harding goes the punch. There's a free kick.
Thank you.
Paul Harding. Late start of this year. Dean Rice. It's offloaded by Hodges. After he kicked it, perhaps the advantage paid to St Kilda. Frawley. Daniels at the edge of the square. Daniels straight down the centre of the ground. In the road is McIntyre. To get it moving quickly. On the end of it this time, Maynard. Short pass. Tregenza. Daniels stands the mark. The first half of the match against Geelong on the bench. He's been on the ground most of tonight and done fairly well. Morris, straight in the middle of his back from McDermott.
Giving away a lot of free kicks, the Crows.
Well, they're getting to the ball second, and that's a problem, Pete. St Kilda putting their bodies in and earning the free kicks.
Russell Morris has kicked 2 goals. Smart was the high flyer. Ball thumped up towards McGuinness. And McGuinness's kick is high towards half forward. Klug getting underneath it.
Well, Klug battling hard there. There's Hart. Tapped it away with the one hand. Kay Taylor takes front position. Well done. Oh, hand pass finds Shanahan. Shanahan on the left foot. Looking for Harvey. Can he get there? He can. He's got the pace, Robert Harvey. Danger now for the Crows. The short pass is a bad one towards half forward. And it will be a throw-in. I don't know what Brian Wilson was appealing for then, Bernie.
I felt that he'd been held behind play. I'm not sure, Pete.
There's Robert Harvey. Really have got some talented players, St Kilda. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with this year. 8-12 plays 5-9. McIntyre. Mick Dwyer. Did he have the ball? Now, holding the ball. Umpire now paying the advantage. Tony McGuinness. Klug. He's worked hard, John Klug. He's impressed me tonight. Done a lot of the ruck work on the forward line. Here's Lindner and Grant. Punched away by Grant. Backup support from Rice. Oh, free kick. Round the neck. Oh, boy.
That's a disgraceful decision.
Almost had his head knocked off.
That's a terrible decision.
McDermott to Klug. Here's a free kick. A push in the back, and it is going the way of Klug. But what about that tackle round the head?
Well, I don't know what the umpire could have been thinking of. Let's have a look. McDermott.
Oh.
Right around the neck. Fair and square.
How could you miss that? Here's Klug from 45 metres. They need a goal. They need it badly. Taking his time. More kicks long. Will it float in for a goal? It might have just got in. Yes, a goal.
So Klug's first goal for the Crows, and their 6 goals kicked by 6 different players.
Yes, there's Darryl Hart off the ground too. After John Klug kicked that goal, he's been replaced by Stephen Rowe. As we have a look at that kick again by John Klug, as Peter McKenna said, he has worked very hard at the centre half forward position, prepared to move up and down the ground and puts his body in, and also tackles very hard.
And again, 15 points the difference, as it has been roundabout for most of the night. Harding against McIntyre. McIntyre wins it. Rice first to get there for St Kilda. Can't handle. McDermott flung to the ground that time.
Got a couple of promising ruckmen, the Crows.
Say that McIntyre, eh?
McIntyre and Pittman.
They've both done well.
Got a big leap, McIntyre.
Yes, quite impressive.
Bounce doesn't favour him here. It favours Harding, who bolos it about 20 metres further downfield. Gets it back to Daniels. Touch play on as the umpire calls. Harding from a standing start offloaded. Tregenza gets the front position. Actually did some good shepherding, and the mark taken by Kelly. Gets it back to Tregenza, onto McIntyre. McIntyre just wide of the circle. Grant sets himself. Klug does well. Thought about the hand pass. Burke the tackle, ineffective. McGuinness battles doggedly with Nathan Burke. On top is Kane Taylor as well. And what's Peter Cameron going to do here?
I think he'll have to bounce it through, but that was a great opportunity for the Crows to kick a goal. But Klug, terrible hand pass, put it behind Tony McGuinness, and that allowed the Saints defenders time to come in and apply the pressure.
His kick would have been handy. Klug again off that hand pass, this time Marshall. I think was intended to be on the end of it. He did well to finally get a hand pass out himself. McDermott, long kick, and just touched right on the line by Nathan Burke. So 14 points the difference in favour of St Kilda. 46-60 and under 4 minutes left in what has been an action-packed third quarter. So it sets it up well for a pretty exciting final term.
And they're hanging in there well, the Crows. They're doing pretty... They can't shake them off, St Kilda. They're looking pretty dangerous. There's Tregenza now. Whose free kick is that? Down the way of St Kilda, holding the man on Jason Daniels. And another 50-metre penalty. I think he ran across the mark then.
That was Eddie Hocking. Yes, he did. He was following his man, Nathan Burke, and straight in front of Jason Daniels.
And there's the kick to the half-forward line. Oh, good mark. A top mark by Maynard. Rodney Maynard has got the job on low. He's giving away a few centimetres. Oh, it could be in trouble here. Oh, dangerous play. Smart, though, is good enough. Give it across to a pretty mobile Peter McIntyre. Good pass to finds Thompson. Chance now. Oh, beautiful kick too. A 65-metre drop punt up towards the forward line. Chance for Hodges. Did he push Frawley out? He's got it, Hodges. Can he kick a goal? Round on the right foot. Hooks it back. Hocking, yes. Now he can run into the open goal and tap it through. Another one to the Crows. Wow. Hocking has kicked his first. Eddie Hocking, the Crows, 7-10. St Kilda 8-12.
Yes, danger signs here for St Kilda. All of a sudden, the Crows within 8 points. Hodges not able to take that mark, but following up well. A good kick around his body. And the player that I'm really impressed with, Hocking, is taking that mark, casually turning around and popping it through. Only 8 points of difference.
Hocking's first goal, and the Crows 7 goals kicked by 7 different players now. Just over 3 minutes remaining before three-quarter time. 8 points the difference. And Adelaide really putting St Kilda under a lot of pressure. Harding taps down. Filkey gets overrun. Pure weight of numbers there. Might come out with a free kick. Harvey's got the ball. Filkey was first in. Thompson. Hocking again. This time the ball punched away. Spills free on centre wing. Good tackle by Tregenza. Burke finally. Daniels. Harding. Down towards half forward. Lee. Maynard. Marshall. Inside the square. Throws running freely. Good long kick. And Danny Frawley. Delightful mark in front of Hodges. Seems to have copped one on the face there too. A little bit of a bruise. Laurie, McAdam, Thompson late. Was he off?
I think he was, Pete. He took a step.
He is now. A much troubled footballer is Gilbert McAdam. McIntyre at the back. Cracker loses out. Low. 20-metre hand pass. Will it sit for Dwyer? Oh, good hip and shoulder by Smart. Smart again. Might give away a free kick. Finally the ball's pushed out, or was it a push to St Kilda? It's holding the ball.
Well done by the Crows. You feel they've got a sniff here, and all of a sudden they've lifted their work rate.
He's been solid. Smart. Nigel Smart. Oh, that's unusual to see. Low drop the ball. Chance for Dean Rice on the left foot. A high floater towards half-forward. Maynard thumps at the ground. Danger here because Jimmy Cracker's got it from 40 metres. He straightens up. He slams a goal. Was it touched? I don't think so. No, it's a goal.
Jimmy Cracker's third.
Well, a handy goal to St Kilda. They were really being threatened by the Crows. Only 1 minute and 21 seconds left on the clock in this third quarter. And the Crows had a little bit of a run on there. Jimmy Cracker, the ever dangerous Jimmy Cracker on that forward line. Very experienced player. Played a lot of games with North Melbourne and knows where the goals are.
Third goal to Jimmy Cracker. 52 plays 66. Under a minute and a half left in this quarter. Jarman. Kane Taylor. Morris in front. A wrestle. Dwyer. He got the nice hefty hip and shoulder only about a couple of minutes back. Marshall off the ground. Kicks it out of bounds. Throw in left half forward flank, or just short of that position for St Kilda. 1 minute remaining in the quarter. Excellent crowd tonight. 16,729 to see the Crows' first visit to Melbourne. Gee, McIntyre was grabbed there. The umpire says nothing for it. Rice, high. Cracker. Won't get a free kick. Advantage well played. Picked up by Bowie. A shot at goal. That'll be handy if it's there. It's a mark. Kitchke. He plays on. And goals. So two quick goals. First of all by Jimmy Cracker and then by Kitchke. Have given St Kilda some breathing space, and the Saints lead by 20.
Well, they have got the potential in their forward line to score a lot of goals, and Kitchke now playing at full forward, low centre half forward. They have got the marking power if they can get the ball down there. There's a free kick against Scott Lee. The advantage paid. And the long kick by Bowie and the height of Kitchke there. Very easy goal. Not enough pressure applied by Bartlett. Just allowed him to walk around.
Well, how things change so quickly. There's Hardy. To Harvey. Quick hand pass. Thumped by Thompson. Back it comes to Lowe. Stuart Lowe. St Kilda getting up into another gear. The flyer was Morris. Here's McGuinness to McDermott onto Maynard. Maynard kicking long. Now Hodges should get to this one. And he does. A good mark and a good lead and a beautiful kick. And this will give him a bit of confidence if he can kick this. He's goalless so far in Danny Frawley, but he wouldn't be the first full forward that's copped that.
He's only kicked one behind so far, and you wouldn't want to be relying on him. From what we've seen, Pete, his kicking has been poor in these two matches.
Well, this is a vital kick. He kicks from 50 metres, the drop punt, and I think he's kicked it. A very handy goal on the siren. Goal to Scott Hodges. Three-quarter time here at Waverley. St Kilda lead 10-12-72 to the Adelaide Crows 8-10-58.
12 points the difference as we begin the final quarter of the third quarter-final. Foster's Cup action from AFL Waverley. Knocked down by Kitchke. McDermott gets slung by Kitchke. A throw, says the umpire. And it's going to be a St Kilda free kick. Damien Kitchke, who kicked a goal during the third quarter. Not too much distance with the kick. Fisted on by Filkey. Morris almost caught with it. McAdam overruns it. Newport. Hocking. Nuggety little player. Filkey. Low trajectory hand pass. That was a throw. Hocking on the end of it. Thompson. Over the head of Daniels. Shanahan in front of Klug. And a good mark that time taken by Thompson in front of Cracker. Thompson at the right half-back flank for Adelaide, trailing by 12 points.
It was 15 points the difference at quarter time, 15 points the difference at half time. Klug, this is what he certainly should have taken. They might be able to make amends here. Filkey again. Jarman gets ridden into the ground by Laurie, or is that holding the ball? Wait on the umpire.
Some sloppy handball by the Crows. They've had the opportunity to break clear and they just haven't been spot on with that hand passing.
Laurie's kick up towards half forward. Kelly gets the order to keep the play moving. Tregenza, Port Adelaide star, who's figured in many of their premierships. Oh, Daniels has nearly got him. Marshall, a little bit slow. McDermott, the veteran, acting captain tonight. Long, inside 50.
Oh, it's punched away by Hodges. Gee, they look good. Here's a danger player, Hocking, ridden into the ground. How will the umpires see that, holding the ball?
Gee, he works hard, doesn't he, Hocking? At both ends of the ground.
And so does Nathan Burke. Here's Brett Bowie, half-back flank. He'll go over the top with the hand pass. It's a wobbly one. This is Robert Harvey. He's caught. Another hand pass back to Bowie. St Kilda with a loose man. Here's McAdam at half forward. Sends it up. He's looking for Morris to take a big mark. Couldn't do so. The ball hits the deck. Brian Wilson. Long hand pass. McAdam. Great tackle. Jarman. Too long. And the advantage will be paid to Filkey. This is a great game of football now. Coming away with it, Tregenza. To half forward. Klug. Nathan Burke taps it wide. Back up support from Harvey. Harvey on to Bowie. Bowie goes back to Harvey. Good play, the Saints. Over the top, McAdam. Further afield it goes to Newport. Danger now for Adelaide. Can they take a mark? No, it's tapped the ground. Harding on the left foot. An open goal, kicks and misses. But some terrific pressure and some great skills of football shown in that passage of play.
Yes, from both sides. They've really lifted their work rate. I think the Crows feel that they have got a chance. I feel they've got a big chance also. They're really playing well at the moment, getting a lot of the ball.
Lindsay to McIntyre. McIntyre from back pocket left. Up the centre wing, one-on-one duel, no mark taken. Filkey taps it out to Jarman. That was better handball. McGuinness from McDermott into the open spaces on the other side of the ground now. Is that interference? No, a play on call. Lindner. He's livened up the forward line since he came on after the main break. Hocking again. Can he get there? The ball travelling pretty quickly to the boundary line. He's kept it in. Well played, Frawley. And now it is out of bounds.
Gee, that was a wasted opportunity, Bernie.
Well, Bruce Lindner didn't use the ball well, did he?
Exactly.
Peter, because he just kicked long and blindly into the forward line. Tony Lockett there out injured, of course, with that back injury.
And wouldn't they like to have him out there tonight? Got the injury against the West Coast Eagles in the first round match here. This is Marshall onto his left foot, and Klug marking in front of goal.
Now that was a clever kick from Marshall, experience shown there. And he didn't waste the ball at all. He knew he had very little chance of scoring, just put it back in front of goal, and Klug took the easy mark.
Not an easy kick. Stuttering run up, and has he squeezed it in? He has. And that's a valuable goal for the Crows. They come even closer now. 64 plays 73.
It's anyone's game, Pete. Just 9 points in it. And Klug kicks his second goal. Marshall again, we see a very experienced campaigner, just swinging the ball back across his body on the left boot. And Klug, this must have just snuck in, this kick. Looked very close. There it is, nearly over the top of the post. But the Crows with a sniff of victory.
It was great play by the Crows, particularly by Marshall. They centred that ball. 9 points the margin. Bowie brought the ground. Who'll get it out of the centre? McGuinness charges in on top of it. Jason Daniels is there also. But they've been beaten out of the centre tonight, although they've got most of the tap-outs, the Crows, when it hits ground level. St Kilda have been a little bit too good for them. Peter Cameron and Mike Viney, the umpires, tapped down by McIntyre again, and again they go forward. Can they take a mark? Here's a danger little man, Hocking. Hocking goes back to Lindner. Lindner will try and swing round on the right foot. He normally kicks long, and he's wasted it again. That's a good mark to Jason Daniels, but a wasted opportunity then by Bruce Lindner.
He's a frustrating player, Bruce Lindner.
He's got so much talent. Here's Bowie. half-back now. He'll kick to the half-forward line. Lindsay pushing and shoving. Good play by Lindsay. McDwyer onto the left. Kicks to half-forward. The two number 7s wrestle and push and shove, and coming in to take the mark is Thompson.
Thompson from inside his defensive 50-metre line. Was that in the back? The umpire pays the advantage rule. And McIntyre is going to take advantage of it. Kicks to the edge of the square. Laurie the flyer takes a screamer. Lured out of retirement from VFA ranks. And snapped up by the Saints. Low! Gets high.
He's the danger man, Pete.
Well, he kicked 3 goals in the last quarter against the West Coast Eagles to win the match for St Kilda when things were looking a little dodgy for them. Can he do it again? Filkey certainly looks a lot different than when he played at Collingwood.
Shanahan looks like he's in trouble behind the play. He could be coming off the ground.
Maynard's kick marked by Klug. They'll kick their last goal. Goes short with this one, looking for Hodges. Couldn't find him. Kane Taylor and Nathan Burke. As Pete McKenna says, the two look alikes, and they do look alike. They're almost twins, those two. Look at them. Two Dow defenders, nonetheless, for the Saints. Under 14 minutes left in this match. Been a beauty. Foster's Cup Series has been a beauty right throughout so far. Klug again. Taking the hand pass at Linda, and again he's off target. I think the terminology before, wasn't it, wasting the ball? Well, he was under a little bit more pressure that time. 9-11. Their score moves along to Danny Frawley. He's done well on Hodges so far. Restricted him to 1 goal. Grant in the box seat. McIntyre over the back. Linda again. And this time it's out of bounds, right on 50.
Well, it's 8 points the margin, and there's Graham Corns. Klug done a marvellous job at centre-half forward. It was Kane Taylor getting it to Nathan Burke. A hurry kick lands with Jarman, and this man has not wasted a ball all night. On to Klug again. Can they take a mark? Hodges and Frawley. Well done, Hodges. Taps it on. Here's a chance for a kick at goal. Rowe. And he's put it through.
I think that's his first kick for the night, Bernie, isn't it?
It's just about that.
Well, that's his first. And 10-13 plays, 10-11 the margin now, 2 points.
In fact, his second kick, Pete, his first goal for the night, came off the interchange. But very quick from Jarman. A hand pass to Klug. Well done, Scott Hodges. He was out of position, but got the knock on. And there it was finished off by Stephen Rowe.
Rowe's first goal has made the difference, less than a kick. Peter Hudson, Ken Sheldon looking a little bit worried. The nails are starting to be bitten. Back into the centre. 2 points the difference. 71 plays 73. Remember, we can't have a draw in the Foster's Cup. There'll be extra time if needed. Jarman taps it out wide. Laurie and Klug. Oh, gets offloaded by Taylor. Looked like a good hip and shoulder. Well, it was too high, as the umpire said.
He's played a great game, Klug.
He has, yes. No arguments there. Klug from outside 50. The target, Hodges, and so very nearly grabbed it. Hocking and Grant, as Grant got it underneath him, he had it and tapped it out very quickly.
Throw.
Well, umpires are instructed if the ball goes into the air from situations like that, it is a throw. And a goal here from Hocking would put the Crows in front for the first time since the second quarter.
Reminds me a little bit of wee Georgie Bissett that played with Footscray and Collingwood years ago.
Very much so.
Hocking directly in front. Oh, has hit the post. We had a controversial poster in Adelaide when Hodges hit the post. No controversy about that. 10-12. Their tally moves along to, and the boys on the bench breathe a little bit easier. Grant Laurie to bring the ball back into play. Just over 12 minutes left in the match. It's a thriller, Pete.
Well, St Kilda haven't been able to shake the Crows off all night. They've always looked dangerous, and Jarman never wastes the ball. Look at charging after it, McIntyre. Now that could be holding the ball. That'll go St Kilda's way to Bowie. And half back. Next goal, very, very important. As we see, Brett Bowie kick it to centre wing. Oh, well done. A good punch away by Matthew Kelly. Looked like being a mark to Dwyer, but Kelly forced it over the line. It's right on the true centre wing position. A point the margin. St Kilda lead. McIntyre to do the ruck work against Harding, pushing and shoving. Jarman goes in to lend a hand. A very slick hand pass to Rowe. Rowe out to the boundary line and unable to control it with Simon Tregenza, so it'll be another throw-in.
They've got on top around the packs, haven't they, the Crows? They're certainly giving the forwards plenty of opportunities.
11.5 minutes left in the match. Harding and McIntyre again. McIntyre to Andrew Jarman, who's kicked 1 goal for the Crows. Marking contest, none paid. Klug on the ground. Burke kicks to the edge of the square. That's a St Kilda mark to Harvey. Marshall has the ball, but it's not his kick. Very skillful player, Harvey. And they'll need him to fire in the remaining minutes of this game. Filkey, McGarry medalist, long on the shoulder.
A free kick on the Shepherd, yes. Russell Morris, the recipient.
Didn't see that. That was out of picture. Morris has kicked 2 goals. Thompson getting underneath it. Can't take the mark. Cracker slips over at the crucial moment. Kelly applies the tackle, holding the ball.
See, they're dynamite on that this year, aren't they?
They sure are. This is Thompson. The Crows giving it everything to try to get to the semi-final of the Foster's Cup. They'll pick the winner of tomorrow's match. Off the ground, Shanahan. Loose ball at half forward. Thompson at right half back flank for Adelaide picks it up. Long clearing kick to centre wing. Taylor.
Oh, no.
Too high.
Too high, says the umpire.
Oh, very lucky. That's Kane Taylor. Very fortunate to get that kick. There's McIntyre. What a brilliant match. This man impresses me. He's done very, very well. Bartlett. Beautiful pass. Tregenza. Rowe. They've really lifted. Harding, the diving attempt. Couldn't take it. Or was that a throw? I think that might have been a throw. Yes, and umpire Peter Cameron's jumped on them for that one. Linda, the leading player, to the pocket. Who's there? It's Klug again. Will he play on? Yes, he will. Left foot. Kicks a goal. Hodges. Oh, couldn't quite control it. Still in play. Crawley. What a game of football we're seeing. Kane Taylor runs out of defence and brings it to centre wing. A tremendous game of football. Thompson. Filkey. Bartlett. Jarman looks very tired, Andrew Jarman. Tremendous play to tap it on, though. Here's little Hocking, the short one. And he's found his man. He's found Rowe. 35 metres from goal on a very acute angle.
They've got their tails up now, the Crows, playing great football. They're the side that's doing all the running, tackling hard, and running all over St Kilda at the moment.
Good pass by Hocking. Andrew Jarman's got the cramp behind play. Now he's right. Now this will put them in front if Stephen Rowe can kick his second goal. Now let's have a look as he runs in. He's hooked it and he's missed. So the scores are level, 73 apiece, and Andrew Jarman coming off. Gee, they'll miss his drive.
Certainly will.
Well, Hart is a very capable replacement, though.
Hasn't been the driving force he was against Geelong. Dwyer at the back. That will be the advantage rule. Free kick it was to St Kilda. He looked for McAdam. Up high was Lindsay. Couldn't take the mark. Tackled was Kelly when he didn't have the ball. You have to give it back. Otherwise it'll be 50 metres. Kelly with the free at right half back. Remember, we won't have a draw because if scores are level at full time, they'll play extra time. Bowie. Daniels diving on top of it with McIntyre. Certainly a low trajectory hand pass. Hart can't quite handle it. Tregenza. Kelly from a standing start kicks close to the boundary line. Marshall is marked just on it, and Taylor making sure that he was going nowhere. But the Crows, it would appear, finishing the fresher side. Can Adelaide pull it off? No mark paid. Ball hits the deck again. Harding on all fours. Taps wide. Opportunity for Dwyer. Looking for someone to go past to take the hand pass. Taylor twisting, turning, centering kick. Laurie. A little bit of desperation coming into St Kilda's play now. Daniels up to half forward. And that's a strong grab taken by Brian Wilson. Started in sensational form. Over to Harvey. Can the Saints build something on this? 50 metres out. Any score will put them in front. It's one behind.
So a point to St Kilda under 8 minutes. Left as Tony Lockett looks on, 10-14 to 10-13.
Well, what a tremendous game. This is full marks to the Crows because they came from behind. They've caught St Kilda. They could have tossed it in at a couple of stages, but they've kept fighting hard. And this is a terrific exhibition of football. Here's Russell Morris, the cracker. Round the corner it goes, up to full forward, and the mark has been taken by Maynard. And he's battled his heart out up there in defence tonight. He's telling player was leading out there. That was Bartlett, but he said, I'm kicking long. Then he eventually goes short. That's Lindsay, the centre wing. Oh, thumped on by Shanahan. This is to the advantage of Tregenza. Tregenza with pace. Nearly brought down. Gets in a hand pass. Klug looking for a hand pass. This is McGuinness, who's not 100% fit, but he kicks long. He's looking for Hodges. Hodges and Frawley. Tapped down by Hodges. Here's Rowe swinging around on the left foot. Gives a hand pass. Klug straightens up and slams it through for a goal. The Crows hit the front. Well, John Klug's kicked 3. What a game he's played. Adelaide 11-13, 79. St Kilda 10-14, 74.
Well, the Crows running all over St Kilda now. McGuinness long into the foreline. Hodges battling with Frawley again. But the numbers there favouring the Crows. Rowe getting the hand pass, and isn't he a cool customer? Klug played a great game at centre half forward. 2 goals in this final quarter, 3 for the match.
3 goals to Klug, and Adelaide leads by 5 points. There are not many Adelaide supporters here, but they're pretty vociferous at the moment. Can the Saints answer that? Russell Morris out of the centre. Touch play on was the call from the umpire. Cracker over the top to Dwyer. This is the opportunity they want. He's got time to steady from inside 50. Wobbly looking kick, and Smart. Has he been paid the mark?
No, it's a point.
Behind. 4 points the difference. 79 to 75. 6.5 minutes left in this quarter-final. And what a thriller. Been a great series. This is certainly one of the better matches. In front is McIntyre. And echoing the sentiments of my fellow commentators, he has done well. He's rucked well since he came on the ground. It's at centre wing. Chance for the Saints through Laurie. Ball paddled back to him. Not too much support. Now there is a free kick. Holding the man. Adelaide free kick.
Shepherding free kick.
Hocking down. Filkey to take the free. Left centre wing.
Loose
bad checking. This is Rowe, and he's done well. He's livened things up since he came on. Kicked a goal. Could have had 2. Shanahan in front of Klug. Coghlan. St Kilda looking just a little bit, well, worried at the moment. Maybe they can build something on this. 5 3/4 minutes left.
Not a good kick there.
Kick. High, a real up and under job. Low, sandwiched. Hurried hand pass from Filkey. Bartlett to Thompson. High kick to the edge of the square. And a good mark taken by Grant Laurie.
That's the mark, thank you.
5.5 minutes left in this match. Couldn't possibly score from there, Grant Laurie. A wise decision, therefore, to go short. Who's he picked out? Dean Rice.
Well, I don't think he'll make the distance from there. He'll have to kick from 55. Now they'll have to man up here, the Crows, and cut off that area where players run to the space. He'll be looking to the short one here. There it is. The lead is on. It's a bad pass. Andrew Jarman. Beautifully to McGuinness. McGuinness, the centre wing, bit of pushing and shoving. McDermott's a tough customer. He charges into the pack and keeps control there. Coming away with the football is Rowe. He's made a difference since coming on. Here's the loose man, Hart. Hart over the top. Here's a chance for Lindner. He's normally a great kick. He stabs it low. Will it sneak in? Yes. A goal to the Crows. Bruce Lindner has kicked his second. Adelaide move on to 12-13-85. St Kilda 10-15-75.
And all the momentum with the Crows at the moment too. Rose made a difference since he came on the ground. Lindner also in the second half. Hart, quick hand pass over the top. Lindner could have ran a long way. Kicked it from about 45 metres and just snuck it through, but great play by the Crows.
2 goals kicked by Bruce Lydon at 10 points the difference in favour of Adelaide. That's their biggest lead all night. Can St Kilda answer that challenge? Time might be running out. Shanahan kicks to half forward. McAdam couldn't take the mark. And he gets a chance from the hand pass. Low, sandwich, but takes the grab. They need this one to bring them within a kick.
Well, Maynard just doesn't look big enough to really cope with Stewie Lowe.
Who is?
Well, that's true, Pete, but I thought Bartlett was doing a good job on him early.
Lowe has kicked 2 goals so far.
That's it, close enough, 31.
From 30 metres out. He is missed, I fancy. So a costly miss by Stewie Lowe. Ian Robertson, what's the matter with Hocking?
Well, Peter, he was rushed off very quickly because obviously the state of the game, very, very tight. He's got a corked left thigh, and I wouldn't think he would come back on.
Bartlett kicks out, finds Lindsay. Lindsay goes up from the back pocket. Time is on the side of Adelaide now. Thompson pushed as he kicked. Jarman, almost a one-hander, would have been a miraculous grab had he brought it down. Chance for Maynard. Marshall, from a standing start, kicks long. Klug, one of the best on the ground in front of Shanahan.
Well, I can see why so many league clubs went after Andrew Jarman. Well, for many years they tried to get him. Every time he touches that ball, he does something classy. Number 2 for the Crows. And his brother at Hawthorn, he's got the same ability. There's Jarman charging in after Bowie. Quick kick. Rowe has made an enormous difference since coming on the ground. He's a real terrier. On to Tregenza. Tregenza to the half-forward line. The mark taken by Kane Taylor. They want to get it moving quickly. This is David Grant to the centre of the ground. Some pushing and shoving. It's thumped away from Morris. That was good football. Who'll lead in the race for the ball? It's McAdam. Oh, some pace shown there. This is Filkey. Well done. On to Hart. Hart swings around on the right foot. Kicks a goal. It could be another one coming up. Tapped down the ground. Frawley was there. Kane Taylor lying on top of it. Frawley in after it again. Oh, grab round the neck. And eventually the ball is forced over the line, but time running out for the Saints.
Yeah, it looks like the Crows really at this stage have had all the play in this last quarter, Peter, and shown a lot of desperation.
2.5 minutes left in this quarter-final. Hitchkey, Klug, he lost sight of it. Grant. Real up and under job, that one. Filkey couldn't take the mark. Saints defending desperately. Rice, but they want it down the other end of the ground and quickly. 2 minutes 19. Jarman has it and will give it back.
McAdam coming off. He's being replaced by Danny Craven.
So it would appear time has beaten the Saints. McIntyre taps down. Jarman again. McIntyre tried to soccer it off the ground or from mid-air. Nearly collected an opponent's head, which would have finished up in Gerald's Road, I think, had he connected. The bounce is near 50. Kitchke, Hart overruns it. He'll get another chance. He's right on 50 now. Centering kick. Looking for Hodges. Frawley has worn him like a glove all night. That'll be a free kick to Frawley. And St Kilda need to get it down so quickly to have any chance. Time on. Being added, well, this happens. Kane Taylor. Well, they're going the long way home, aren't they, Pete? Oh, it's out of bounds on the floor, and that will take away, I would suggest, any chance that they have.
They had their chance when Stuart Lowe had that kick, and he looks a defeated man there, Kenny Sheldon. They blew it. They had their chance, but look, all honours are with the Crows because they gave a start. They didn't toss in the towel any stage of this game, and they always looked dangerous.
They really blew it in that first quarter when they had a lot of opportunities to kick goals.
That's right. McDermott up to full forward. Ball hits the deck. Rowers there. Tim Pekin. That was a throw, I think. Umpire calls play on. Here's a kick at goal by Hart, and it's missed to the right. So he would have paid the free kick for a throw. 12-14 to 10-16. Top performance by the Adelaide Crows as Frawley brings it back into play and finds Nathan Burke.
Burke at the left half-back flank. Marshall and Dwyer. Dwyer was held. He should get the free kick. Gets a play on call. The advantage rule paid. Bowie from left centre wing up towards full forward. But it's all Crows. Kelly, good safe grab in defence. And as the clock ticks down to 1 minute. So their first visit to Melbourne will result in a win. Jarman. Over it goes to Smart. Kicks to centre wing. Crows making good use of the ball now, as they know that the siren is pretty well imminent. Filkey. Over the top to Hart. He spent some time on the bench tonight. Kicked 6 against Geelong. Hasn't quite been so dominant. This guy's done well since he came on, hasn't he? Rowe. Kicks into the man. Back it comes to McGuinness. And Marshall taking a very timely mark.
There's a clever kick there by Tony McGuinness. Good vision. And he's been a very good player, this man. David Marshall.
A real veteran. Clock ticking down. He might not even get his shot at goal. Hodges leads. It doesn't matter. Adelaide's won it. No point in taking the kick, really. It would be in a home and away match. He's going to have a shot anyway. Goes for the torpedo punt. And will just about score, but it doesn't matter. So let's check the final score now. A win to the Adelaide Crows, their first trip to VFL Park at Waverley, 12-14, 86. Defeating the Saints in a come-from-behind performance. St Kilda 10-16, 76.
Yes, Pete, quite amazingly, St Kilda did not kick a goal in that last quarter. They could only manage 4 behinds. And in the final 3 quarters, the Crows have kicked 4 goals, 4 in each of the second, third and fourth quarters. But a great performance by the Crows. They stuck to their guns. St Kilda really looked the goods in that first quarter, but wasted many opportunities. Brian Wilson not able to convert when he had some easy chances. But there it is, a great performance again by the Crows.
So a 10-point win to Adelaide, 86-76, and they advance to the semi-finals at the Foster's Cup.